What's up, email geeks? We're back with another Feedback Friday. This week we have a guest. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Ann Tomlin from Austin, Texas.
What do you do now? What's your full-time job?
I am a full-time freelancer under my company called Emails Y'all.
How'd you make up that name? Is there any cool history?
It was an open domain at the time.
Oh, that's an easy way. Well, I'm excited to dive into these emails. So you made these emails?
I did. One of my clients is Famous Footwear, and they asked me to create an entire frame for their rewards program, for their emails for the rewards. So the frame itself took about a week or so, but the content is pretty easily switched in and out. So the main chunk of the awesomeness is the header.
Yeah, it looks really good. I love the desktop and mobile view. Even in this top section, showing the view in browser up here, and like the snippet, the little nav up here, but then the hiding it on mobile is pretty nice. I was wondering why this is the logo versus maybe the Famous Footwear just on this top section.
That logo is the logo for the rewards program, while
gotcha.
the one at the bottom is the Famous Footwear logo.
Yeah, and you said this one was with a lot of AMP script. Is there any AMP scripting in this top section really, or not?
Oh, definitely. Got some AMP script on the first name, and then there's AMP script to say whether you're a star or a superstar, because there's another level that's...
I wish I was a superstar, not yet.
And then the line below that is actually one of 17 different sentences that the person can get depending on how many points they have. So there's a lot of AMP script of, if you have X many points, show this sentence.
Very nice. Well, I'm definitely seeing lots of live text. It's really impressive taking the time to do that. So is this pretty hard to do, or how did you sort of approach this sort of challenge?
They actually already had the navigation already on their existing emails, their rewards emails. So that part was pretty easy, but the rest of it did take a decent while. The header is was the most of a time suck. The footer as well has some AMP script as well.
So are you happy how this turned out? Do you have any other opinions about header sections like this? Do you think it should be more simple, or?
I personally don't believe in navigation in the header, but that is my own personal opinion. It's not necessarily right. I just find it distracts from the main message. So if I were to change anything about this, it would have been to get rid of that.
Well, I actually kind of like it up here on top, change of pace from it being right next to that hero image. And then that mobile view is, I guess, a lot more cleaner, as you said, hiding some of these links.
Yeah, it hides the view account and member number.
Yeah, well, I really like the use of live text on this headline right here. It seems like having that, you can test a lot more headlines without having to slice this whole image over and over again.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Both the mobile and desktop seemed very optimized. The text is really clean. Is this a custom font, or is this a web-safe font, or?
It's a custom font that's specific to Famous Footwear. It's their brand font.
We can scroll down this email. It's getting more impressive by the minute. So yeah, this using that first name again here in the body text is really nice. I like the all caps on the headline. Center text pretty easy to read, not too crazy.
Right, only 3 sentences, I think.
Yeah, I like this. And then, yeah, this full big red section is just an eye catcher to me, at least. I'm taking over the whole section here on desktop and mobile. It's nice.
That one was kind of difficult to make in the sense of exactly what you're highlighting.
Yeah, you're showing off here, I think, a lot.
Yeah.
In my mind.
It took a little bit more work, but I think it kind of pops. I mean, to use a branding word, but it does kind of have a more visual impact when it honestly is the live text in the custom font.
I definitely think coming from live text here, if this was an image, it might look a little bit pixelated. So using live text throughout, it really carries it through.
Right. Yeah. And there's AMP script in there as well to show the promo code, the valid through date. So those are basically just looking it up on one table and matching it with the person.
Is this then variable, or is this stuck at 20%, would you say?
That's hard coded because
Okay, gotcha.
everybody that's in the funnel that you are in gets
Mm-hmm.
20%.
Gotcha. Cool. Now I could see this maybe being dynamic, or no? Do you think that would be flexible enough with the template, or
As long as you kept it at
two numbers?
numbers, yeah, it should work.
Okay, 100% off. I'll wait on that sale for sure. So nice little section here. This free shipping call out. It's pretty cool. Anything specific with that, or did you see any interesting parts on that one, or?
No, that one's pretty static, bulletproof button, but
And then you got your little scan to reveal. Is this an outside vendor here, or how did you pull this code in?
that one I don't know. I wrote the AMP script
Okay, gotcha.
to call for that particular image. I don't know how they get that image. So there's one for that. You actually, since for some reason you don't have a member number, there's one that actually comes after the one that you're looking at right now that
Gotcha.
says it's a member number code.
I haven't really seen the scan part in a lot of emails, but it definitely makes sense. And it being in the email is actually really cool. I feel like sometimes people make you go to like a landing page or to a PDF, but just opening this on your phone and having them scan it definitely seems like a good experience to claim a
Yeah,
coupon.
and that was their whole point, was to be able to stay in the email, for all things necessary, to take all the action.
This bottom footer, I really like how this looks on mobile. It's
Yeah,
nice.
but you have Smiles Davis. If you had a member number, it would be below that.
I know Matthew, if he was here, he would definitely be like, why do we need all this legalese? But a lot of the emails that I work on, I mean, this is not too insane, but yeah, it does kind of seem like a lot. Was there any like specific stuff like that with AMP
Yeah,
scripting, or?
that's the legalese that they absolutely have to have, and I just tried to make it as pleasant to look at as possible. I know it's centered, but sometimes you can suggest things, but they're not always taken.
I guess this copy is actually pretty good about saying like the dues, you can use this coupon everywhere. Like it is kind of plain language. It's not like just some legalese copy that's too much.
Right.
So is there anything you'd want to add to this welcome email? Anything you maybe wanted to change you couldn't get done, or?
Other than, probably doing the footer left aligned so that it's easier to read would have been, probably what I would have changed.
So how long does something like this take you to develop? Or was it really just getting the frame down and then kind of putting in content?
Yeah, getting the frame down was really the real time suck. Their emails really range in content. There's usually a background image with live text on top for the hero. And then there's a bunch of different types of content that they have. So usually it doesn't take more than like an hour or two to, to swap out the content. But yeah, like I said, the frame was the real hard part.
It definitely seems taking this extra time to make this fully live text and very modular design. I think it really helps your clients as well. I feel like you can go in and update some body copy or switch out a navigation link pretty easily. So
yeah, actually, they are empowered to do that. I have left enough notes in the code and trained them enough to be able to go in the code no problem.
okay, I think we have one more example to look at over here. It's pretty similar. It's just changing out some content, it looks like.
Yep, it's the same frame. So yeah, you can see that the member number there, that's what would be what you would have gotten. Yeah, and it's hidden on mobile. The background image with live text. Yep, for that. Then let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's this one is actually I like this one with I like the vertical look of this with one big column. I brings out the titles that are in color. I think those are really
Yeah, nice touch matching these to each icon. That's really cool.
they go down from dark red down to orange. They kind of ombre like that.
Very nice.
Start over.
Yeah, I like the single column layout. I could definitely see someone maybe trying to like stack these in 3 columns or 2 columns or something, or locking it up in an image. So definitely making it live text and scannable on both desktop and mobile.
Actually, recently, I think it was the stack and save there was replaced with something else, and the client was able to do it totally by themselves.
Yeah, keeping it pretty simple, just changing out some different modules, or I could see too if hiding or showing any of these, with AmpScript or something. I could definitely. It seems really flexible to do.
Yeah, for sure.
So, did you do a lot of other emails for Famous Footwear, or is this just their reward program that you're focusing on?
Well, the reward program, it was quite a lot. So there are quite a few of these, and we're starting on getting their marketing emails to be responsive. So they're using a set width of 750 right now, and they're not responsive. Yeah, I think this went so well and brought up their numbers so much that they decided to apply it to their other emails.
So how does this sort of process work when a client comes to you, I guess? Do they have some emails already made and they just want you to refresh them, or is there like a specific ask, or how does it vary, from client to client?
Usually there's and when I get a new client, they'll send me their design. And for this case with Famous Footwear, I came in super early and was able to have some input on the designs, and what kind of content looks the best in mobile. And so I had a little bit of an impact there. But yes, they liked this. It didn't take very long, and it did a lot of work for them. So yeah, I can't wait to keep working with them. They're awesome.
So they just send you a PSD and then you just kind of start the development process, or?
So usually if somebody wants my suggestions on a PSD or on the design, I will gladly give it to them. Sometimes, if I get a PSD and something's very much not, honestly not possible, then usually I'll have to tell them that and come up with an alternate design. But yeah, once the PSD or sketch file is finalized, they'll give it to me and I'll start building. And it ranges like an email that just had header, footer, hero, and maybe 2 modules, 2 50/50s or whatever. Something like that would take me about 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, and then as designs get more complicated, longer it takes a bit longer.
So do you start with desktop or mobile, or how does that usually work, I guess?
I start with desktop usually because most people provide me with just a desktop, and I figure out the mobile myself, just following best practices.
Do you start with any sort of boilerplate, or is it just kind of some templates that you've already produced in the past?
So I have a base template that has pretty much every type of structure that I've ever built, so that I can just start from there and just copy and paste into a new document of the modules that I'm trying to do, and then brand it to the brand. So that's why it doesn't take me super long.
So what tools do you use for testing, or how important is that to your clients? Do they require litmus tests or email and asset tests, but when you hand over assets, or?
Usually what I do is I have a litmus account, so I always give them a link to the litmus tests, whether they want it or not, just to be able to show them, for absolute sure these are rendering correctly. That's my main thing. I care very much that all of these look right and as best as they can on any device at all.
So how can we get you to develop our emails? Send you an email through your website, or?
Sure, it's just emailsyell.com.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you for featuring them.
Sure. Well, have a fantastic weekend.
Okay, you too.
See ya. Bye. If you have any feedback on the series, please leave a comment down below. Hit subscribe to keep up with future episodes. Thank you for giving a listen and letting our sponsors know you love really good emails.